His Excellency, Most Venerable Mahasangha, distinguished monks of various Buddhist traditions and monasteries, Excellency ladies and gentlemen, and also gentle monks. It is my great privilege and pleasure to be invited to this International Conference on Tradition and Innovation in Vajrayāna Buddhism, organized by the Central Monastic Body and the Center for Bhutan Studies and GNH. Yes. May I bless Your High Excellency? May I present my topic? It is a philosophy of law or jurisprudence in early Buddhist scriptures. We are two researchers, as first name Phramaha, Viest, Sorpobdee, that's the city over there. Me is Phramaha Viradej, Japah. Now may I present my presentation. This is the background of nationality. But now we have a limited time come to the objective of research that I show you now. The research objective there are three objectives of this research work. First, to investigate the principle and concept of law. Second, to investigate the principles and significance of Buddha's teachings. And third, to analyze the jurisprudence according to the principles of Buddha's teaching prescribed in the Tripitaka. The word jurisprudence, it is the study of law or subject with the law as its object. It examines the rules and behaviors of people living together in society. The graduates in this field, we have both theoretical and practical knowledge in law. Now, I will give you a brief summary of results. First, as we know that the law refers to rules enacted by the institution or authority with the highest power in the state in order to administrate the country or to serve as the rules for relationship between individuals and state. These rules are used to control the behaviors of the citizens. And if anyone violates, they will be punished. There are orders or regulations that are used to control our people, authorities and organizations equally. In addition, these rules are used in the management of the country or control conducts of the people in the states. If anyone violates, they will receive any legal consequence. Law will be fully enforceable after it has been completely announced in the government gazette. Laws must serve as standard regulations that are used to measure and determine the behaviors of society members, whether they are right or wrong. These rules must define the behaviors of individuals. The enforcement conditions of such a law require a certain course of actions and are implemented by the state officials. Criminally adverse enforcement conditions include execution, imprisonment, fine, and confiscation. while severely adverse enforcement conditions include a number of ways, such as why such violated actions. Not only individuals follow the law due to fear of adverse consequence, but they also may comply with the law because of the incentives provided by the law, such as government's policy to spread urban investment to other original areas. The executive functions orders can serve as a law only if such executive function is obviously authorized in that matter by the legislator. In general, we always have a habit of doing what we did before. The judge often uses the previous decision and sentence in similar case. The opinions of the scholars, including critics and analysis of the law, typically focus on justice and its convenience and appropriateness, or correctly called how to make a good law. Since the Constitution set clear objectives and procedures for the legislation drafting any law must mainly hold the Constitution guidelines. When a treaty is made by and between two or more states that have agreed to have responsibility in their relation, each party under such treaty may be necessary to issue domestic laws in order to comply with the treaty. A number of laws are classified as different categories. A judgment on how much the offender will be punished is not easy and cannot be made by only one person. Rather, it must be made by state personnel and organizations. A criminal justice process includes steps to punish those committing criminal offenses, such as burglary, physical harm, murder, and rape, while a civil criminal justice process includes steps to force those committing civil offenses to follow the agreement or pay the damage. Individuals related to justice process are police officers with a duty to maintain public peace, attorneys who are one of the key persons in the justice process, acting as the litigant's substitute in court proceedings, and prosecutors who sue civil and criminal cases instead of government, and government its servants who are litigated during the operation. The court is an organization authorized to judge the cases that must comply with the Constitution and laws. The punishment towards offenders, according to the court's decisions, are responsible by the Department of Corrections. Minister of Interior and Detaining Practice start from imprisonment, detention, and other actions toward the offenders all the time they are imprisoned. Second, the principles and significance of the Buddha's teachings. As we know that the Buddha didn't prescribe the discipline in advance. Rather, when some monks took a reprehensible action, there was a meeting of all disciple monks to investigate and consider whether such action actually occurs or not, as well as to explain the damage caused by the action of such monks. Then the Buddha used such a wrong action to define the rules for benefiting religion and Buddhists, especially monks. These disciplines are regarded as a way of maintaining proper, orderly, and peaceful actions and speeches. In addition, the Buddha also mentioned that the rituals regarding monks' disciplines must be properly followed. Monks must acknowledge the actions they have taken or will take. They will be informed of what action will be taken next, and they must determine whether such actions should be done. If any action will be objected, it must be done in the midst of the monks. But if the monks say nothing, it is considered that such action can be taken. Furthermore, there are rituals created by the local Buddhists by integrating local traditions into Buddhist activities. The Buddha's teachings can be divided into 3 groups. Very severe offenses where the monks must be immediately defrocked and are not allowed to ordain again, such as no sexual intercourse even with an animal and no possession of property that is not given by its owner. Recoverable offense with severe punishments where monks must detain themselves according to the number of days such offenses are concealed. This violating the Buddha's prohibitions must be punished as defined in each discipline, and these punishments include most severe offense, which monks must be immediately defrocked. Immediate offense, wrong monks must confine themselves, and right offense, wrong monks must defame themselves in front of the monks. The second, jurisprudence according to the principles of the Buddha's teachings. The Buddha prescribed his teachings as guidelines so that monks live together with happiness and they can fully learn and rapidly approach the Dhamma as the true target of their ordination for common benefits. Monks' physical and mental peace and calmness must be based on clear rules that will be properly implemented as agreed. This corresponds to the aim of legal organization, which requires secure laws in order to protect the rights and freedoms of the people. The Buddha's teachings for protecting good people and preventing bad people does require the principle to follow for the benefit of a pure life as well as are aimed at preventing both existing and future passions from occurring. In addition, these teachings emphasize the development of the life of people, create and enhance the faith in community. Moreover, the Buddha wished to not
You have 5 minutes.
Yes. And not make trouble for local residents and to control or mitigate unwanted behaviors of community for the benefits of religion. The violation of the Buddha's teachings or offenses consists of 3 levels of punishments as follows. First, severe punishments and defrogging, which are involved with sexual intercourse, vulgarity, murder, and bizarro. The second, medium punishment require wrong monks to detain or confine themselves, which are involved with women courting and erotic persuasions. These offenses have fewer punishments than defrogging. The third, light punishments are involved with offenses other than above mentioned. Wrong monks must be defame themselves among the others and confess and promise to not violate again. Qualified monks may be appointed to decide or judge the church. They should be peaceful and possess good manners and behaviors as well as are responsible for explaining the opinions in the church to accept, understand, believe, and not only give their own opinions and for adjusting the monks' offenses in the line with the laws. In addition, the qualification of those relating to legal professions are also specified, such as dedication, sacrifice, and good speeches. For example, a professional lawyer shouldn't have bad behavior or actions that indicate his dishonesty. Come to conclusion. There are 3 results of this research. The rules are the traditional laws that the institution or the highest authority of the state enacted were registered for the state administration to support a sustainable and strong society and acting as not only to arbitrate in disputes between the internal social members, but to help to allocate the resource and the profit for the society. Second, the Buddhist orders were registered to be the basic core principles of benefit to the religion and his disciples, especially monks. Third, the Buddhist orders were the core principles of peace and patterns as a method of conduct for the disciples when the offenses occurred. The monks would be called to meeting for investigation of the truth, and then set rules for the group peacefulness. In the case of this conduct, the atmosphere would be benefit to gentle monks who strive forward on a higher level of meditation. Thank you very much.